Hello, I'm Ron Thiele, Superintendent.
And I'm Emily Hard, Assistant Superintendent for Teaching and Learning.
Today, we are introducing the topic of cultural competency to all of our certificated staff. Administrators are in their third year of professional development in this area, and many of our teachers have also participated in various learning opportunities.
We appreciate the collaboration we've had with Dr. Caprice Hollins and her colleague Ilse Govan, and are committed to becoming more culturally competent. We believe that when we improve our skills in this area, we can be more effective in supporting students and families from diverse cultures.
Our district's vision for cultural competency is: the Issaquah School District values diversity, equity, and inclusion. It is committed to building and sustaining a welcoming school community where students, teachers, families, and staff achieve the knowledge, skills, and attitudes that value and promote inclusiveness, equity, and understanding.
To this end, we have identified 4 goals.
Goal 1, provide and support programs that explore the experiences, perspectives, and contributions of various cultures, groups, and individuals.
Goal 2, recruit and retain diverse and culturally competent faculty and staff. Provide professional development and engagement opportunities for staff to strengthen their abilities as culturally competent educators.
Goal 3, strengthen parent and family engagement by establishing communication structures and providing support for parents from diverse cultural backgrounds.
Goal 4, ensure equitable treatment and opportunities for all students.
We are energized by this work and are excited to increase our awareness and improve our skills in working with our diverse population. Thank you for your commitment to supporting all students in the ISD.
Hearing from students and families about their experiences in our school district helps us understand barriers they may have encountered and assists us in strengthening our relationships. We've asked several of our ISD students to share thoughts with us. A special thank you to Cameron Talley, social studies teacher at Liberty High School, for leading the interviews. He did an excellent job. Here they are.
My name is Ricardo Martinez. I'm a 10th grader here at IHS, Issaquah High School.
So we're going to talk about sort of your experiences as a student of color in the Issaquah School District. Have you faced any barriers, and if so, do you think your race has anything to do with contributing to you facing these barriers?
Oh yeah, I faced many barriers before, for example, just making friends, colored people, it's more difficult for us to make friends, My first day here, when I came here in math class, it was my first period. And so I sat at one table in the back, and nobody else came to sit with me. Until like 10 minutes later after the bell, I had one friend, like just one specific friend just sit with me, It was okay, but it's kind of weird,
Is there anything specifically that you can remember from sort of your days as a younger Issaquah School District student that really sticks out in your mind in terms of your experiences as a student of color?
I can remember this one time here at IHS last year, freshman year. So I went over to a table during lunch. This kid had finished his lunch, and he told me to go throw it away for him. I was like, no, you can stand up and go throw it away yourself, right? And then he just told me, I'll have your mom do it later tonight when she comes over to clean my house.
How would you say a teacher could more effectively support students of color?
I think what a teacher can do is just let us know, if we need anything, they'll be there to help, I have this teacher last year for science, she'd always tell me, come after school, come after class, if you need anything, just let me know. Mm-hmm. She's like my email me. She would call my parents and have me talk to her, did you have a problem with the math homework today or something like that? And it really worked because she kept me in track. She would always pick on me, obviously, because she would expect for me to know the answers. I mean, that's what I like,
So they're calling home for good things, right? Not
right.
Bad things.
Yeah.
What else would you like us to know as we commit to improving the educational experience for our students of color in the Issaquah School District?
The only thing I can tell you guys, just make everybody see each other as equal. We're not different from anybody else. We're not problem makers. We don't we're not bad people, I guess. We're great people.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all the same.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Ricardo.
Yeah,
I appreciate your time.
My name's Jodi. I'm a junior and I go to Liberty.
My name's Jasmine and I'm also a junior and I go to Liberty.
I want you to think about your experience as an African American student in the Issaquah School District. How would you describe your experiences?
In general, I can say that our experience has been pretty negative. A lot of mean comments come our way all the time. You know, we've had somebody tell us to go back to Africa.
And sometimes it's not intentional, like they don't even know they're doing it. It definitely affects someone in a negative way.
So it's like they're almost joking, but
Yeah.
not totally understanding how hurtful that is. At this point, you're juniors in high school. Has it sort of the pain lessened a little bit when you experience those things, or are you more used to it now?
Yeah, I kind of expect it at this point, like just write it off, like, oh, I know they're gonna say that. Oh, your hair, oh, your body, whatever.
I'd date you if you were white.
How does that make you guys feel?
Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of adults don't really understand how important dating is, you know, at this age. Like, it's petty, but it means something to us, you know, because everybody around us is dating. And it's very hurtful when you're the only one, you know, that can't find a boyfriend, or boyfriends tell you that they want to keep you a secret, you know. Like, I've been in so many relationships where I've been, you know, the secret.
It sounds very hurtful. Sorry. So what would you want to see here at Liberty High School before you graduate? Do you think that Liberty High School could do something?
Well, I remember in elementary school, we started this group in the counselor's office where every week we just kind of went in and just discussed everything that was happening. So I feel like if we set something up where people could feel comfortable in a setting and just describe how their day is going, that would be great.
So more of a discussion just about race.
I think that Liberty needs to, you know, we do a lot of spirit stuff, you know, all of our assemblies are, you know.
We are one.
We are one, but are we really, you know? I think that we all need to come together, like, as a whole school and talk about things that actually matter. You know, I don't want to be spirited at assemblies. I don't want to go to football games because I just feel like, you know, like, there's spirit, but where's the kindness? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where's the love?
Yeah, it goes beyond even being left out of friend groups. It's like you don't feel like you're a part of the school.
Yeah.
It's where the we are one thing doesn't work.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's our school motto, and I mean, you feel like it doesn't apply to you. You know, that's you know, huge. That's important.
I feel like it only applies to the popular people who are at parties, you know.
It's either you're in it or you're not.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate your time.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course. Of course.
My name is Isha. I'm a senior at Skyline High School.
I just want you to take a moment to think about your experience as a student of color in the Issaquah School District. And in general, would you describe your educational experience as being more positive or negative, and why?
I would actually say that it was pretty positive. When I was in elementary school, the PTA organized this event called the Festival of Cultures. My family always did the India table. And we would sit around and we would give out like samples of food, and we would tell them about our cultures just so that they could be like more aware and more sensitive of our cultures.
Have you faced any barriers in school? And if so, do you think your race contributed to you experiencing these barriers?
I don't think it was that much of a barrier, but throughout like middle school and high school, I think the kids in my community, like the Indian Americans, they faced a lot of academic pressure. It wasn't really necessarily from the teachers, but I think a lot of it came from the parents and the other students. My experience, a lot of people expected us to be a lot smarter or to have all the answers to everything. And I mean, we're just like regular kids. We aren't going to know everything just because our parents come from a different country.
What do you think teachers can better do to support students of color? Can you describe a teacher without using names that has been effective for you?
I think a good teacher, especially when it comes to helping out kids of color, I think that they need to be willing to talk about kind of the things that affect them, so like in real life. So social studies and like language arts teachers, I know they do this a lot. They talk about like current events that are happening that actually pertain to students of color instead of just kind of brushing over them and pretending like it doesn't happen.
Is there anything else that you would like the Issaquah School District to know as we commit to improving educational experiences for all students of color?
I think the district, they should be aware of the problems that people of color face, but they shouldn't just treat us differently just because we have a different skin color. They should just be aware that the problems exist, and they should have a plan for fixing them if any like issues arise at school.
Great. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
My name is Muhammad Osman. I go by Mo. I go to Issaquah High School, and I graduate this year, 2017.
Let me ask you this first. As a student of color, as an African American student, do you think that you've been treated differently?
Well, when I first got here, it was crazy because as soon as everybody seen me, everybody like started looking the other way because they've never seen a person of my color before. So in my classes, nobody would talk to me for like the first 3-4 months maybe, and everyone was just really afraid of me. It was kind of crazy.
Have you faced any barriers in school? And if so, do you think your race contributed to you experiencing these barriers?
People will say racist things behind your back but won't say it to your face, which really annoys me because I'm like, if you're really racist, just be open about it. I'm better to deal with that, and then instead of a person telling me, oh, they're saying the N-word behind your back or whatever, and I'm like, why won't they just straight up say it to me so I know to avoid that person? Like, don't be a secret racist person. I don't like those people.
What's it make you feel like when you're one of the very few students of color, African American students, sitting in a classroom of 32 kids?
I was sitting in history class in a slavery unit. I'm the only black kid sitting there, and then I could see some kids looking back at me to see my reaction to what the teacher's teaching, but I'm just sitting there like, I'm just trying to get the same information as everybody else. I had an incident where a teacher was saying the N-word, but it was on the board, and every time he said it, everyone would just turn to me and look at me to see what I would do, and then
To look at you as sort of a spokesperson
yeah,
for
like
everybody. Okay.
they're just like, oh, is Mo gonna stand up, say something? What's going on? And I mean, it did make me feel uncomfortable because I told him afterwards, but I didn't want to like make a scene. I didn't want to make a scene for his class, so I just straight up told him, and he was like, it was just on the board, so I read it, and I was like, man, I didn't think you really didn't need to say it 3 other times either. So
All right, Mo. Well, thank you for your time.
yes, sir.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. Cool.
Hi, my name is Yi Vane, and I'm 17 years old. I'm a senior at Liberty High School, and I come from a background of Hmong, and it's an ethnic from Southeast Asia.
Can you think of a teacher who has been effective for you as a student of color in the Issaquah School District?
My fifth grade teacher, he always gave me hope, and I used to be very ashamed of my color and my skin color, and I wanted to be like different people, and he noticed that. And I remember he came up to me, he said, "You don't need to be like other people. You're unique in your own ways, and though I'm not a person of color like you, my wife is a person of color, and always be proud of who you are." And I still remember that till this day.
Can you think of any instances where you felt like a teacher could have done a better job for you?
There's been many times inside classrooms where I have been bullied for my color, and I believe a lot of these teachers that didn't step in, a lot of them were Caucasian, to be honest. I believe if you're not within those shoes of a colored student, you can't really understand his shoes. And there's been multiple times where I remember where I've been bullied for my eyes or the way you're dressed. They never done anything about it. And I believe that they could have stepped up and said something, but nobody ever had. And that's what gave me a sense of loneliness.
Is there something that you think Liberty High School specifically can do to sort of help some of these issues that sort of we were talking about today?
I believe if we want to get people to have a open mindset towards different colors, we have to teach them ethnical studies inside our schools. A lot of the times we learn about Europeans, and we'd only understand about Europeans. A lot of the times we didn't learn about any leaders or history of different cultures. And I think when you learn about different cultures, you get to learn about other people. And when you don't get along with other people, you don't understand them. And I believe if you want to understand each other, we have to learn about each other's backgrounds.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, all righty.
Thanks for listening to us and improving the Issaquah School District.
We very much appreciate your concern.
And thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you to all you guys that were listening. Just always remember, not every student learns the same as other students do. And we all appreciate you guys, so thank you.
To all the teachers that have viewed this video, we hope that you have learned a lot about students of different colors and backgrounds. We hope that you have learned that there are issues that need to become aware. Thank you very much.